What is up, fam? It's Full Metal Lifter here. I'm in my garage. This weekend I filmed and interviewed none other than Danny Camargo, the coach to Matty Rogers, one of the best US weightlifting coaches as of right now. And we talked about so many different things. We talked about how to tell if an athlete's the real deal. We talked about branding. We talked about him and Matty's almost breakup. We talked about so many different things. Mind you, I did record this solely for personal use originally, so I didn't bring a windsock or anything like that. We filmed outside. The audio is not the best, but I did what I could. Me and Danny thought that it was too good not to share, and we are likely to do an interview in the future. Stay tuned for that. Without further ado, here's the interview. It's gonna be pretty like this. I've never done an interview.
Okay, great, so conversational.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
I basically wrote down a lot. You actually have a Vimeo of videos of. I noticed that of like old cueing, like how to do exercises.
Tutorials,
and stuff like that.
they call them. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Do you use that for your athletes or your online athletes, or like, is it for the public use?
Just for the public use.
Really?
It's free. I don't charge you for that.
Yeah.
So, my coaching. I mean, 2009, this is my 20th year.
Yeah, because you started in 2000,
Yep.
I believe.
Yep. I mean, formally, 99 I started coaching, but it was...
Yeah, 1999. When did you start a gym? I heard 1999, but I wasn't sure.
So 99 is when I started working at a high school that I was once training at.
Yeah.
And I was coaching just part-time. It was just hobby. I loved it. It was formal. I was going all the time. Just sporadically when I had time to
I have $6 in my pocket and
give myself to the coach and the people that were there at the time. So it wasn't like a long-term, ongoing, consistent, structured coaching. It was a couple times a week, and it wasn't even the same days.
Something you were able to do in your free time.
Right, that's it. And I loved it, but it was just, I was really busy with school.
Was that after athlete?
Yeah. There was a very clear break and distinction between my athletic career and my coaching. None of it ever blended.
Okay.
I retired, I was done, and I took a whole year away from the sport because I was pretty upset with it.
Yeah.
It was really...
You were pushed pretty hard.
I was. It was a really bitter breakup. I never thought I'd ever get back into it until I started coaching, and that was kind of accidental. And when I did, it reignited me.
And you had that perspective of being burnt out. You know what it was like to be really fed up with the sport.
Yes.
And you probably you have to integrate that into your coaching in some way.
I do. It's made me hypersensitive to athletes overtraining.
Yeah.
Athletes extra pushing, not knowing when. It's funny because I used to beg for a day off. And now these athletes I train these days, they don't want a day off.
Yeah. I am that way.
Yeah.
I actually am on a mandatory week off right now.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
It's like they feel like if you take a day off, you're falling behind or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's it's not really the value of recovery. It's really under looked. But I do use that into my coaching. What happened is 2000. My mentor, my coach, the first guy who got me started, they were sick. He ultimately passed away, and I had to take over the team.
Okay.
I was still in high school, so I didn't have my own gym.
Yeah.
I just had keys and authorization to be at the school.
Yeah.
I became a police officer, so they really liked the fact that a police officer was in the community.
Yeah.
So that became, in 2000s, when it really became more structured.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, I will physically be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatnot.
Yeah.
It grew from there, and in 2009, so you're looking at 10 years into my coaching, I opened up
At the high school?
Yes, the whole time. At the high school.
Okay.
Everywhere, and I didn't go anywhere else. I got the opportunity to, I had already gotten CrossFit in 07 into CrossFit.
Yeah.
I started learning what it meant to do medical conditioning. People were calling me, I started doing seminars slowly, and then I started seeing this perhaps profession. I was just coaching for a hobby, the professional side of it. Now I had to become a bit of a businessman, and I don't care to be a businessman, I care to be a coach, but it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
So I made a few mistakes, made some really good moves, and then I decided in 2009, so that's 10 years of coaching at the high school.
Yeah.
But now the clientele sort of, now I have non-students coming into the school facility to be coached by me. And then the school started getting nervous about that because we had grown adults in there. It started getting a little tricky, and I go, I need my own studio.
Yeah.
That's when I opened up my gym. So, 10 years ago now, is when I first opened my own private joint.
What did you first call it? Because I know in 2012 is whenever you came up with all
the city outside of Orlando that they live in is Altamonte Springs.
Okay.
So I called it Altamonte CrossFit. The team was still kind of Team Florida. There was a whole history to, our LWC in Florida is very strong LWC. Yeah. And so, anyways, 2012 Holy Concepts was strictly only education. I decided maybe I should do seminars more than what I'm doing. Maybe I should do online tutorials, and that's why there's some YouTube. I started just creating this. How do you do a good snatch? Here's some cues and corrections.
Yeah.
And I just, as they came to me, one at a time.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And was that the start of the Vimeo?
Yes. It was.
All right. So the Vimeo started in 2012.
Yep. And I just put it up there.
All right.
And it was just, it was a post, and I would recreate it onto my website.
That's very fascinating because I don't know if you follow Gary Vaynerchuk.
I do not.
So he's a YouTuber and he's all about entrepreneurship and stuff like that. And one of his main things is being able to provide content. Start with that. And he calls it a jab, jab, right hook, which is the content is the jab, 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 right? Give them content, and then you can grow your right hook, which is a sell.
Or is this how have them hire you for something? Yes.
Yeah. So it sounds like you followed that model intuitively.
I did.
Yeah.
No one told me to do that.
And that's in 2009.
That was in 2009.
2012
is when I really started putting it out there.
And that's like that's pretty monumental.
Yeah, and when you say it like that, maybe
because it's more so being like that is the go-to now in because entrepreneurship marketing is kind of my thing. That is becoming the go-to is that jab jab right hook for a lot of businesses.
Wow.
A lot of people are adopting that model, and you seem to have discovered it in weightlifting.
Yes, I did.
In 2012.
I was just doing that solely, not for what you just said.
Yeah.
I was doing it because I wanted people to know.
Out of the goodness of your heart.
Yeah, I wanted people to know because so a lot of old timers were upset when CrossFit came and they merged, and a lot of old timers hated CrossFit.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, they hated it for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of them, even though I was a veteran in the sport.
Yeah.
They hated it for a few reasons. Watch this. One, they felt CrossFitters had horrible technique or didn't care for good technique, which was not true. They did want it. There wasn't none of us giving ourselves to them.
Yeah.
So they could learn right. That's why I started putting that out there. That's number one. Two, the idea of Olympic lifting, everything is you aim to eventually get maximal lifts, ones and twos, double singles. You compete in one repetition at a time, or one attempt at a time. And so CrossFit comes out with 30 reps of snatches, and it was considered blasphemy, right?
Isabel, yeah.
Yeah, and or Grace for that matter. And I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I thought you could use the Olympic lifts for metabolic conditioning. You got to control it with load, but you could do it.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I don't know why.
Did they say Thursday?
Maybe because of how structured and regimented I was forced to be as an athlete.
Yeah.
And now as a coach, I was definitely more loose on what I need.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, the other reason I think they disliked CrossFit was down to the no one is going to love it equally.
Yeah.
Or afraid of losing its true tradition. Or these old timers were really upset and really nervous and scared that no one would appreciate Olympic lifting like we do. But they do.
Fascinating.
Yeah. That is a reason why anyone, any veteran at the time when CrossFit really started emerging, ever fought CrossFit. They were behind the times on that, and I said, guys, I disagree with you.
So you're very progressive in that.
Very progressive.
Yeah.
It's not that I saw the future. I didn't see the future.
Yeah, of course.
I was just glad someone else cared.
Yeah.
Because no one cared about it.
Yeah.
It was just such a very small community. So when
Yeah.
the phone started ringing, and more people were like, could you teach me? Could you come over here? Can you teach us? And people were looking in through my door. I was like, yes, because when you love something, you want to share it.
Yeah.
No matter what it might be, I
Yeah.
don't care what it is. As you experience something, you want people to know about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was been reliving my whole life, and no one would listen.
Yeah.
People are listening now. I feel it was my duty. So I stepped up and I go, maybe I should start doing these tutorials because it's gonna help somebody, right? Well then, as I did that, I got better at them.
Yeah.
And then all of the praise and recognition from that, and not branding per se, but like a thank you. Like that really helped me. That made me feel good.
Yeah.
Meaning I gotta do it more.
Yeah.
Sitting at the table a minute ago, you mentioned how the support group you have right now is the reason why you just can't fail in this new chapter. Right?
Yeah.
And I relate to that.
Yeah.
Because the more people appreciate and enjoy this free stuff that I'm giving, the more it made me want to produce it more. So it was really just, it just really blew up. And guess what? People would say, I saw 2 or 3 of your tutorials. Are you interested in doing a seminar?
Yeah.
That was a hook.
Yeah.
I guess, but I didn't know it. And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do it. Another seminar.
These guys are head down.
Really busy. Then people said, don't you teach USAW level 1s? And that became popular just because people wanted something different.
Yeah.
And so I was still getting the phone calls, even though it wasn't my curriculum.
Yeah.
My presence, my teaching was growing in demand. A lot of these free tutorials were coming out.
Yeah.
And again, I had no marketing background, no business background. I was a police officer. That was my job.
Yeah. So you have that, you're endowed with that responsibility.
Yes.
You know what responsibility feels like
Absolutely.
from the community.
Yeah, and it felt good, man. It felt good. So I will say I no longer do those tutorials. I did one recently. So once in a while, people from the past come up, how do you do any more of those tutorials?
There's a lot of good info already there.
Yeah, really. I think I've kind of exhausted that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For me personally. But I also think more people start doing it too.
Yeah.
And now
There's a lot of info going
saturated.
into a lot of noise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saturated now. And because it is, which is great. If I help inspire other coaches to post their own tutorials, whether it's in-house or do it the way I did, I don't really care. I felt like I was one of the first people to do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like, okay, let them play. I've done what I wanted to do. And now it's very time consuming to do any kind of video edit. I'm much busier now.
Yeah, and I mean, you have athletes who are also focused on raising Maddie, focused on being a good coach.
Yep.
And so I got a couple other questions.
Yeah, hit me, man.
How do you know which athletes are in it for the long haul? Because I know you would come into those athletes and then you'd recommend them to other coaches so that way they could find a better avenue.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Did you guys win?
what are some telltale signs for you?
Man, it's hard. Let me see if I can answer. I'll start by saying I don't care how good of a coach you are. You can never, ever, and this is my opinion, you can never, ever identify talent the first day or a short period of time. And it takes time to say this person might be good. I know your question is more the long run, but can this person be, do they have the talent? Just because they can jump tall doesn't really mean it alone. Just because they're strong, naturally strong, doesn't mean it. There's an element of intelligence they must have, coachability, conflict management, personality. There's a lot that goes into it that you can never ever identify. I appreciate USAW's trying to identify talent with their combine stuff and things like that. That's great. I mean, that's a great.
If anything, it's more exposure.
Absolutely, and I think that's great. But when I have had once or twice, USAW finds someone in my region, in my area, that they discover on their own. I don't know whether it's through CrossFit or some online post. They have contacted these athletes and said, "Hey, did you know that you have an elite coach in your area?" And they push this non-weightlifter to come into the sport. Not push, they encourage, right? And there's some opportunities in the program now. I think it's called the TAP program, where they're identifying potential good weightlifters and encouraging them to get into the sport and giving some, not compensation, but some perks if they start off. And then they stay in the sport, whatever. It's happened to me a few times. They call me up, Margo, we found somebody, and I go, okay, all right, have to meet up. So I show up at my gym, I work with them for 1 day, 1 or 2 sessions, then I get the phone call, what do you think? They're going to be great. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you. I need more time. And so it's hard because
I need to see them at their worst. I need to see them break down.
There's a bunch that I can't, give me 3 months, I'll give you an answer. And that's not what anyone wants to hear. But
It's a slow process.
it is a slow process.
It can't be rushed.
Cannot be rushed. So, how do I know? Well, I can't automatically say someone who shows up, falls in love with it, show up now every single day, they're wearing the outfits, they're talking about weightlifting, and they're showing me how dedicated they are. Those are also people who can fade out just as fast. They get this honeymoon stage with weightlifting. They're really, really excited. And I appreciate it. I will foster that. But
It gets you inspired.
But it does. But I'm a little doubtful too, because I'm like, let's see if they're still here next week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I've had multiple athletes start and give me a lot of their word that they're going to be devoted. Those are usually the ones that are within 2 months, they moved on to something else.
Yeah.
So how do I know? Really time. Time tell.
It reveals itself.
It does. It doesn't matter what they say, what they do in the first few months, because everyone has had the first few months.
Yeah, yeah,
I need to see beyond that.
yeah.
You know, it doesn't quite answer that question, but other than I know over time and consistent behaviors, probably less talk.
Yeah.
Usually less.
More do.
Yeah, more do.
Yeah.
More do, and when they talk, it's more questions, and the questions they have are more, you can tell they're looking for education, not looking for actual outcomes and answers.
Yeah,
So that's how I know.
yeah. That reminds me of my early days.
Yeah, probably, and Maddie was like that.
Yeah.
Maddie started, and
Always asking questions.
always asking questions, and what she would ask would really be, you know, Coach, why do we do 5 sets of 5?
Yeah.
And when this, you know, why do we do this and that? Whether it's programming or technically driven, and you can just see that what I'm going to answer her is to help her be better, to progress.
Yeah.
You know, it's not questions like, what do I have to do to be the best?
Yeah.
How long will it take for me to be on the US team?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those questions are not bad, but those are red flags to me.
Yeah. Because it says you're focused more on the destination rather than the process.
100%. So you know what? Now that I've actually talked through that question, that's my answer. I know based, you know, not on their answers or what they have to say, but what they have to ask.
That's fascinating. So with owning a gym, how have you found the ability to make profit, retain athletes, or reach a target market?
Short answer: have your hands in every type of revenue source you can.
That's what
You have
that's kind of what I've gathered.
You gotta have your hands on everything.
Yep.
You cannot survive on membership alone.
Yep.
You cannot survive on seminars and certs alone.
Yep.
You can't survive on selling online programming or remote training alone.
Yeah.
You can't survive on merchandise. So if you sell shirts in your gym or sell waters and snacks,
Yeah.
you gotta do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So how do you do that and manage being able to put your athletes first?
Help, coaching,
Help
assistance.
coaching, assistance.
That's it. Get that by myself.
And then tiering it to where your most competitive athletes get the most of your attention.
No,
No. Okay.
believe it or not. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
They actually get the least.
Interesting.
Yeah. They
Because
get the
they're
least.
because they're a little bit more
They're independent.
Yeah.
I don't have to see every rep. I don't have to have every conversation. I don't have to have every practice with them. My elites are, and it's because of how I kind of grew them to be,
Yeah.
pretty independent. And not independent as in no use for me. They still rely on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But independent because they're the most responsible.
Yeah.
So I coach Maddie every day.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of times where I'm stuck with a beginner or an intermediate, minute after minute, hour after hour. I turn around and Maddie's done training. And I'll say, I don't really see your training today. She's like, it's fine. It felt good. If I needed something, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
She goes, she leaves for the day.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, the pre-competition preparation that I do with my elite is definitely more involved. So the only time that my advanced athletes get the majority of my time is as we get into that kind of phase of competition, because I now need to see everything.
Yeah.
I have to know everything, see every movement, see where they're at, talk to them. It's not a reverse psychology thing, but a lot of times when my advanced vent or complain or express some problem on something, I usually do that looking, how does that make you feel, or what would you like to do?
Yeah.
I'm not deflecting.
You're
I'm
seeing
helping
where
them.
their headset is.
Yeah.
Right then, where their headspace is.
Absolutely, I'm helping them figure it out
Yeah.
because I'm only the observer.
Yeah.
So here's a great example. I can be watching an advanced athlete do something, a movement, a snatch, they drop it. It looks great to me.
Yeah.
And I will say, good. They'll say, no. Okay, why? It just didn't feel right. It will look right. So since I can only tell you what I see,
Yeah.
tell me what you feel.
Yeah.
They're gonna describe. Right past the knees, I feel like I don't know where the bar is. Okay, well, by that description, it tells me that they're disconnected.
Yeah.
We talk about the disconnection, and then they find out they maybe I just need to engage this. I go, what do you do? They do it, fixes it. Then they do the next one, they are happy and say, that was it. And I go, it looked the same. Swear to God. It's every single time. But that has to happen. And I have to evolve for that to happen. So that on game day, tournament day, I'm making decisions, strategizing the board. I know where they're at.
Yeah.
Beginners and intermediate, I spend more time on their early phases of training because they are developing. And I still work with beginners. Recently taught a kid who didn't even know what the hook grip was. Didn't even know what the snatch was. And I have beginners. I have lessons all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want to be. I'm happy people view me as an elite coach. I am proud about what I've been able to do, but I don't want to be known as someone who only works with advanced athletes.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's very grounded.
yeah, I love it. It's cool. It comes at a cost. It's a different dimension of people.
And it's probably refreshing.
And I love working with beginners because anything you do works. You could be full of shit.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah.
And they're dependent on me, so it feels good.
Yeah.
As much as
It gives you a lot of confidence as a coach. We're still good. Even if the elite athlete right now is going through a rough patch, and I feel kind of bad about it.
Yes.
I know I'm still doing good.
That's correct. That's exactly what it is. And I'll even end this topic with saying when it comes to beginners and intermediates, I fell in love with coaching because of how happy it made someone else.
Yeah.
And advanced people are rarely even fucking happy.
Yeah.
And beginners, there's things that I do, things I re-experience with beginners, foundation, fundamental stuff, basic stuff.
Yeah.
That I actually reuse for the advanced.
Yeah. It helps refresh the memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes going back to the basics is important.
Even changing that perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, because everyone wants to be champion. Everyone wants, they aspire to be at the podiums of the world's biggest stages. They want to go to the Olympics and they want to do all of this and good. Well, good. I mean, I will get you there the best I can.
Yeah.
It takes them, and there's a whole 9 planets that have to align with that.
Yeah.
But my point is, I always warn them: the better you get, the more on the line.
Yeah.
The less fun it can sometimes be. We all want to say, just have fun out there. Have fun out there. Well, I'm in the Olympic procedure with one of the top lifters in the country.
Yeah.
Top in the world. It's not fun. It's not fun. It isn't. It isn't. It becomes a job.
Yeah.
It's work.
Yeah. It's professional.
Yes. And I love that because that is one of the many things that makes me proud of what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, but it isn't all glamour, and that also means the better you get, the more people who know you, which sounds wonderful when you're hungry for social media followings.
Yeah.
But when you're there, that also means more people can criticize you.
Yeah.
And
A lot of memes.
Yeah, man.
Memes accounts.
We've all been victims of it.
Yeah.
Some of it's really funny, honestly.
Yeah.
I kind of laugh at some of it. But at any rate, I warn them, it comes at a cost. So be prepared for it.
Yeah.
Because who you are as an athlete at the top is not the same person you were when you began. And it's great if you can remember who you used to be in that scenario.
It's hard to come back.
Very hard, very hard. You have to walk away to be able to come back. You have to step outside of it. And when you're really in the trenches, you just don't see. You're very one-dimensional about everything.
That hits me. That hits me a lot, man.
But it's true.
Yeah.
I did it as an athlete. I know as an athlete. And one thing I didn't have, the basis of the sport, who I was, what I had to do, that all remains the same. The experiences I had all remains the same. But what I didn't have as an athlete is social media.
Yeah.
And growth of the sport.
Yeah.
Okay. My biggest junior, senior nationals that I ever attended when I was an elite junior had 300 people in it.
Yeah.
AO Series 3 last year in Vegas had 1,631. So, I didn't have a popular sport. I had an underground sport.
You have to be very intrinsically motivated.
Yes.
At that point.
Right. I was maybe well known in the sport. We're talking this big compared to what I might have been if I was the same guy, same accolades today.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad there was not social media when I was a kid because I probably would have been pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah. I've been there.
Okay, yeah. Haven't we all, right?
Yeah.
We've all been there. So That's one thing I didn't have. And I'm not sure if I said it on that podcast we were talking about at breakfast.
Yeah.
Maddie's taught me quite a bit.
Yeah.
She's taught me, but I may have taught her everything about weightlifting.
Yeah.
But she unintentionally taught me quite a bit, like what it means to coach a professional athlete.
Yeah.
What? That didn't exist in weightlifting.
Yeah.
There was no profession in weightlifting. Shit, not even coaches. The coaches that were even the best were professionals elsewhere. There were teachers, there were doctors,
Yeah.
there were firefighters, there were cops like me,
Yeah.
construction workers. They had a primary job.
Yeah.
Every coach, even the best of the best, back when I was a young man, and starting coaching, all of them had other lives.
Yeah.
So it was a hobby for us all.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Maddie's taught me definitely quite a bit, and she is unique in that she is, and I'm not sure if I said this on that podcast, but she's very structured.
Yeah.
She's very regimented.
Yeah.
Black and white.
Yeah.
Yes, no. She hates uncertainty, chaos,
Yeah.
and I'm not that way.
Yeah.
I'm a shoot from the hips.
Thrive in it.
Bro, you give me a program, and I'll look at it and just go with it. I free flow.
Yeah.
I'm a freestyle.
Yeah.
Even within the profession. And that's what makes me so flexible. I don't like structure.
Yeah.
I don't like regimen.
Yeah.
It makes me feel
Trapped.
trapped.
Yeah.
And I need freedom of expression.
Gotta spread. Captain, you gotta let me spread my wings.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Can you imagine as Maddie grew into this very cross the T's, dot the I's.
Taught you a different side
Taught
that
me
you
a
didn't
different side.
have.
Taught me a different side. We had our battles because I didn't realize that that's what she wasn't able to express herself.
Yeah. And she's been growing up as
And
well, so she's been able to articulate herself a lot more, I'm sure, over the years.
And I'm so glad that she's been able to, because I can't read minds, I just read attitude.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, because I have devoted my entire life to this. Most of it free.
Yeah.
You're not going to give me sass. But that's probably the one thing I'm bullheaded about.
Yeah.
If you have someone say communicate with me, don't give me sass,
Yeah.
because I'm really shitty at it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
Yeah.
respond with defiance.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's a message there,
Yeah.
and I'm missing the message. So we got through it. We had a rough time a couple of years ago, butted heads and we almost parted ways.
Yeah.
We almost did. I actually had this conversation in my office, on my couch with her, and I said, it's Friday, I want you out of the gym, I don't want to see you.
Damn.
Leave. But I got a trainer go, you're not training. If you step out, you put your shoes on, I'm going to take your shoes and throw it out the damn door. And she's all very serious. I go, I need you to think about me all weekend. Monday you come in, you need to let me know if I am going to be your coach. You need to make decisions, not my career.
Yeah.
I said, so if you don't think so, I promise you, even though I swear on all things barbell, I'm not making it hard for you. I'll make it hard enough for you. There's already 2 coaches I'm thinking that you should probably work with.
Yeah.
And it's been a good ride.
Yeah.
And I might be said that on the podcast. It's been great. This is just the end of our road.
Yeah.
And good luck to you. And I will never hit you. I'm too grown to do anything else.
Yeah.
I'm going to coach the next group of kids. It's going to be great wherever you go. Right?
Yeah. I want to be able to support you still. Yeah.
Let's do it the right way. So if we need part ways, let's just do it. Okay? This is a grown man talking to me. This is not a teenager.
Yeah.
And she's having tears and she's upset. She storms out of the gym.
Yeah.
Monday afternoon, she shows up and sits down. I go, what's your decision? I need to know. Because I got 2 numbers that I want to call right now and say, hey, listen,
Yeah.
Maddie's reaching the line with me, and I think you'd be a great coach for her. Can I link you up?
Yeah.
At that time, anybody would have taken her.
Yeah.
You know, she still wasn't. This was before the Olympics, 2016.
So she was still snatching 103?
She wasn't quite to. Yeah, she was right at the 100s. Yeah, she was right at the 100s from my memory.
Just hit it at universities, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. This was 2015 Worlds. It's actually right before the Worlds. Honestly, her Olympic run wasn't even halfway done with. So we were going to make this decision. Yeah. And she came back on Monday. I sat down and I go, okay, so, you know, I promise you, because I had already started to see the trend of athletes leaving coaches for living.
Yeah.
Whether it was for greener grass or a really legit reason. It doesn't matter the reason, but they were saying it. I actually thought she was leaving. I was ready for it. In fact, I was going to give her a big hug and say, you can train here until you find a coach. That's how real I was going to be, because I want what's best for her. And like, it's not about me.
Yeah. And that takes that comes from a big place of humility.
Yeah, I think
Able
so.
to accept it.
Yeah, I was ready, man. I was totally ready, and that was because maybe there's a little ego in there because I'm thinking if she were to leave now and move on to another coach and become great, no one will forget where she started. So I was still in
Still
the
good, still good.
Yeah, I think I'm still good. Well, she tells me, she goes, I thought about it a lot, Danny, honestly. Where am I gonna go? And I go, well, I can tell you, you're the two coaches. And I told her, and she's like, well, I kind of do like that. They're okay. I go, I know you would. That's why I set it up. I'm not gonna put you in a shitty spot.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, I know, but like, you're my coach, and I don't know what we're gonna do, but I can't. All right, so now that's a whole nother war we just walked in. I cannot eat, find a way to tell me what you want, and nothing you hurt. And when she slowly began to believe that, to use, it still wasn't perfect. We still spent some time working through, communication, and but it got better. And when it got better, she just texted me yesterday. We went back and forth because she's starting her deload for the I leave on Tuesday. So, it's almost like back to the way it began with us, which was little sister, big brother. Yeah, we're great now. We're great. I joked with her the other day. I said something, I made her laugh. She's giggling in the gym, and I said, "Oh my God, man, Penny, you're laughing. I remember the last time I saw you laugh."
Yeah.
Screw you, Danny. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Back to this.
But so
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
And it's really like being able to have that conversation just opens doors, just for how open you can be with each other too. Like once that openness is experienced, that vulnerability on both parts, we have nothing to fear.
it's rapport. It's rapport.
Yeah.
And I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
It just felt right.
Yeah.
And as a result, it's a thing. There's a name for it, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Communication. She had been brought up in gymnastics,
Yep.
in the cheerleading world, where you always respect her.
Yeah.
And the coach has the final say, and you just do it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it was always authoritative or football coach. She had wonderful coaches that she really loved and endeared.
It just created barriers between her two dynamics.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she admitted months of time later, in retrospect, and she admitted, I just didn't know that I could tell you no to something, or that I felt something when you were trying to leave. Yeah, it was different than what you wanted me to do.
Yeah.
So that builds up resentment. That's where the sass came from.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, who the hell told you you couldn't?
If the wind hits, my phone will probably fall, but that's fine. It has a case. Hopefully it won't break.
Okay, yeah, we'll
So, programming periodization. I talked with Kevin Simmons, who works for Harrison Morris.
Yeah, he's great to talk to about that.
No, absolutely. I love thinking he's great about programming. He has a lot. He's very opinionated and knowledgeable about it.
And data-based. He's very data-driven.
Yeah, he showed me an Excel sheet and he tried to explain it all, and I was like, that's a lot to take
That's
in.
a lot.
And
I'm not like that. I'm
Yeah,
just
exactly.
like, let's just train and see what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he has a Princeton chart, or I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly or anything like that. And it essentially equates tonnage and how many over the week and stuff like that. What is your version of periodization that
So
you use
mine-
with Maddie and other athletes, and how it differs from beginner to?
Yeah, sure. So mine is not so data-driven. Mine is very broad, conceptual, classic periodization.
Yeah.
Right? Which means I spend a period of time in volumizing and accumulating reps for the athlete lightweight,
Yeah.
and I move into kind of moderately heavy for less volume,
Yeah.
and then I peak with singles maximal, and then I restart that whole puppy all over
With the
again.
volume. Yeah, I continuously see Maddie doing 10s as
Yes.
soon as competition
As soon as it's over, we go to 10, she hates me.
She's very, very vocal about it.
Yes, she
You can
is.
tell.
She hates
Yeah.
every single second of it, which tells me I'm doing my job.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
I write a program, a day of training, a week of training, a month of training with something in mind, which is I want them to do this much work. I want them to tease a certain percentage and intensity. I want them to rest on this day. Then after I write it, it's only a guideline.
yeah.
So that's why guys like, in my opinion, Kevin Simmons, I think or Simons, I think is how you pronounce his last name. Kevin is very, very structured in that, and I think it's very specific.
Yeah.
And that is great, especially for the athletes who respond well to that kind of thing. You know, Maddie would have been that, but she's learned to kind of be more flexible, like me.
Yeah.
And I know Harrison Morris is one of those. You know, he geeks out on the reps and sets and very specific to training it. Not too much, not too little.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. There's no wrong to it. Yeah, it just my brain doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And how I deliver training doesn't work that way. So once it's there, each day could be different.
Yeah.
Maybe they follow it to a T. Great, go home for the day. Coach, I'm feeling off today. We're gonna back something off. Coach, I feel great today. I'm gonna go outside of what I wrote.
Yeah.
And get the best out of them today, considering what we have later in the week. So maybe a day they feel really good, I push them, I let them go, and now 6 sets turns into 10.
Yeah.
Okay, for someone who demands specificity on the program, they wouldn't let that happen. Hey, you just did your 6 sets, we're done.
Yeah.
But I feel good, doesn't matter, you're done.
Yeah.
I would say you feel good, well, let's take advantage of that. Let's go.
Yeah.
But just remember, if we go, tomorrow I may have to back off because you're going to feel it, and I don't want one training session to negatively affect it.
Yeah.
But that is,
We don't want to overtrain.
No,
we gotta switch it up as dose.
Right, that's it. So really, I start with the very basic concept of classic periodization, and then after that, I don't ever know what's going to happen until it's over.
Yeah.
And they log. Because I make my athletes log.
Yeah.
Take note of what they did.
Yeah, I try to use it. Sometimes they don't listen.
They don't listen. It's really hard, man.
Yeah.
If you have it in technology, they'll listen more than writing it down.
I try to use a Google Drive.
Yeah,
Myself.
it's hard, man. It's really hard to get them. You need them to participate in that for you to get all that data. And so, but you know, and then, I'm not going to say I'm an emotional guy. I'm not. I'm sentimental, if anything. But I do say a lot of my guidance for these athletes preparing for a tournament is feel. I'm watching, observing, I feel what they're going through, and I'm making changes to their programs based on, of course, what they say, but also what I see. Hey, athlete, I'm noticing you're showing every Tuesday when I'm asking for something out of you, you're not able to step it up. Why do you think that is? Maybe Monday could. Maybe the 2-day weekend I gave them of rest is too much rest. All right, well, you're different than that guy who loves the 2 days, so
we can be flexible with it and play it by ear, and then cater to specialties or like what the athlete responds best to.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So
what do you think about variation? Like, so I worked with North Gardanian for roughly 6 months. He's a big fan of variations such as the no feet, contact, no hook,
exercise selection, even
blocks. Yeah, sure.
Big fan.
Yeah. Okay.
Big fan. Funny enough, 10 years ago I told you screw that.
Yeah.
You got to snatch, clean, jerk, pull, squat. Snatch, clean, jerk, pull.
Yeah.
Minimal variation.
Yeah.
And then I only became open-minded to and accepted variation solely for the business side of my coaching.
Yeah.
Meaning my CrossFitters.
Yeah.
CrossFitters who were doing my Oli don't like snatch, clean, jerk, pull, squat. They like the complex, the 1 inch. The hand, the pauses, the halting shit. So I started
you're right. We
accepting
got
them
onto
to
a
their
boat to
program.
ride to.
Not a specialized weightlifter. I'm talking a CrossFitter, purely out of entertainment and demand. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's exactly why I did it. And now they're having fun. Holy shit! Look at that.
And now they're doing better because they're having fun.
Thank you. So I started going. All right, maybe I'll let my specialized do these things too.
Yeah.
And I started slipping in there. My specialized veterans were like, "What is this garbage? What is this crap, coach? Just do it."
Yeah.
Newer people were embracing it because they don't know any better.
Yeah.
And it took me some time over years. I'm adding more now. My current specialized weightlifting program has a ton of variety.
Yeah.
A ton of variety. So if Norick is one of those, I would agree with him on that.
Yeah.
It still has a purpose though.
Yeah.
It's really not random.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. I like variety.
Like, I think if athletes having trouble with having an explosive pop at the hips, like no feet, or something like that, to help with that. Like,
great example.
They're very used as almost a diagnosis to a symptom.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And and now I have a lot. I have a lot. Even Maddie does some variations, and she'll bitch about it and be vocal about it, but deep down, she thinks.
Yeah. It switches it up.
Yeah. It switches it up, and if she really didn't like it, or didn't feel that it would help her.
Yeah.
Her self-awareness now as an elite lifter. She'll sit down in my office and go, "Can I talk to you about programming?" I'll turn my chair around and be like, tell me. She'll say, you've been writing this, and I don't think that this really helps me. And I'm gonna go, okay, then we'll never do it again.
Yeah.
I'll give it to these other guys.
Because she's able to communicate now.
She knows herself.
Yeah.
I've allowed that self-discovery.
Yeah.
Because at these levels, she will feel and think things that I cannot observe.
Yeah.
So I need her to help me help her.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it comes down to.
All right. Well, that'll be the conclusion to this interview since we're on the phone now.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to put together audio, see how it works.
Yeah, good luck
hopefully
with
it comes out good. I know we have a geese. We have a dog barking. We have people. We're around people. This is the best we could do. Hopefully I can scrape the audio, stuff like that, make it come out clean.
Yep.
It's been an honor talking with you.
You're welcome.
I've learned a lot today.
Thank you very
much.
much.
So I definitely appreciate the interview. I hope I can get it looking clean,
Yeah.
so that way other people can learn from this as much as I did.
Yeah.
So,
and if it doesn't, we'll do it again in another atmosphere.
Yeah,
I'll do it again.
Absolutely, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thanks for watching, and if you want more, where can they find you?
Easiest way to start is just www.holyconcepts.com. From there, you can find everywhere from email to social media.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Danny.
You got it.